Welcome to Christmas Eve, the last day of our countdown to Christmas video series here on YouTube. I'm Director of Religious Education, Jessica Dunsofanoff, and for Christmas Eve, for our last video, I wanted to share with you a tradition that's one that we do in our family. It's one that we had when I was a kid, and I've brought it to my own family and passed it down. So our Christmas Eve starts with opening one gift. So here under the tree we have one gift, and the one gift that we got to open every Christmas Eve was always Christmas Eve pajamas. So just don't tell anyone, but that's what's in here for later tonight. So after we had gotten our one gift open and our Christmas Eve pajamas on, we all came down to the living room. And we gathered around my dad, who would sit in a big stuffed chair next to the fireplace. And he would pull out the Norman Rockwell Santa book, as we called it. I'm sure it has a title. Norman Rockwell's Christmas book, but we always called it the Santa book. And my dad gave me the Santa book when I started my own family. So it was something that was part of our family, and he gave that to me to share. And the story that we always read from the Santa book every Christmas Eve is the same story that I read to my children on Christmas Eve. And it's A Visit from St. Nicholas by Clement Clarke Moore, and I'd like to share with you. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.